Hello and welcome back to My Mom's Basement, presented by Barstool Sports and 3Chi. We are back for another quick hitter on Stranger Things 4, this time episode 3. What's the episode title? Superheroes and Demons? Something
The
like that?
superhero and the villain, I think, or something like that.
There was a lot of superhero talk in this episode, which I appreciated because, being real, if you're a kid in the 80s and you see Eleven's powers, you're like, you're a fucking superhero.
The monster and the superhero, which
There you go.
is that 11 and this Night King looking dude, or is it both 11, Bob? Woo!
Ooh, it's like the Phantom Menace. What is the Phantom Menace? Who is the Phantom Menace?
Darth Jar Jar. The fucking Variety asked him, and our boy,
yes. Oh my God, yeah.
Answered it. Oh, it was the best.
I know the girl who asked him too, Ash Crossan. She does like great interviews, and she has been at Star Wars Celebration before. I don't want to call her a friend of the basement. She's never been on the podcast, but definitely like in the Lights Camera Barstool Twitter circles.
She's my favorite person in the world, so she's my friend whether she likes me or not.
Coming off episode 2, the big roller skate attack, we see the kids go home after this. They all feel awkward. I loved the commentary of like, roller skate attacks happen all the time. That's why the wheels are rubber. Why do you think they make the wheels out of rubber, not wood or metal? Because, people are getting schmacked with them.
Schmacked. Shout out Buddha Ben. That's how he got his thing was on.
Yeah, I'm schmacked. Yeah.
They're fucking, he's like, and they're plastic wheels, but not the hard plastic kind. I loved Stoner spin zoning anything, let alone an attack to a little girl that might have just like fucking ruined someone's face for the rest of their life was incredible. And they're just so fucking high when they're trying to do it. It was incredible. He's like, at least it wasn't an ice skate. And I'm thinking of Happy Gilmore, who was like, the only person to be suspended for trying to kill someone with a skate.
I'm thinking of Blades of Glory. You ever see that movie? Head gets chopped off with an ice skate. And then later on, they just like shave slight hair with an ice skate.
Yep.
Stoned Jonathan at the dinner table was hilarious when he just didn't know what was going on. I think she said we got to go visit the Britannicas, like the encyclopedia, right? That's the family she has to visit in Alaska. And I like that once again, they find a way to separate the kids and the adults. So the kids are left on their own. And it's like, oh, how are we going to do it again? Oh, here you go. They did it again. It's like Home Alone Lost in New York all over again. I love that they're sitting on the couch watching Ewoks too.
So I have an entire section here of great nostalgic moments here. And it was the Ewoks. I don't know if I've ever watched that show. There was the Ewoks. There was a movie, right, with Ewoks in it, where it's a little girl with like blonde hair. I don't know what movie it is, but I remember
Caravan of Courage, I think it's called.
Is that what it is? Yeah, I watched it at like a neighbor's house growing up. They would always have that on. Little did I know I'd have a podcast just breaking down everything in the Star Wars expanded universe. Honeycomb cereal. Bob Fox. Did you ever cross Honeycomb? I feel like that wasn't canceled before your time. Fan? No fan?
Yeah, big fan. Yeah, I used to have that all the time. That reminds me of like going down the shore. Like my mom would buy like a ton of different cereals for us to have. The little boxes that have like 12 in it.
Yes. Yeah. Corn Pops are always if you say little box of cereal, Corn Pops would be my answer because that's what I associate. But those little boxes were clutch. And it was always like, yeah, you're on vacation, a little treat, try something new. And the parents just like, I don't care. It's full of sugar. Just shove it in your mouth and we're going to go to the beach and it'll run out all your energy going out there. But I did like Honeycomb. This wasn't in the episode, but just kind of off of the cereal line here. Waffle Crisp I saw was making a comeback. Waffle Crisp, the first time I had Waffle Crisp, I was like, did they like invent magic? And with that magic, they decided to take waffle flavor. It was the most. I was like, I was like, Mom, it tastes just like waffles with syrup. And she's like, what are you talking about, you idiot? And to this day, my mind is still blown at the flavor scientist that invented Waffle Crisp. Bob Fox, Waffle Crisp fan?
No, I don't think I've ever had Waffle Crisp. So that's that's one where I gotta admit, no.
All right. So, I mean, if they're rebooting it, I'm going to get you a box of Waffle Crisp. We'll do a live 15-second review on that. Another throwback thing. Yoo-hoo. Fan or no fan of Yoo-hoo, Bob Fox?
The biggest fan. That would be like every day, my mom with lunch, the Yoo-hoo juice boxes, the Yoo-hoo glass bottles. I could see your face. You're not a Yoo-hoo chocolate drink guy. Hey, listen, it's not chocolate milk. It's chocolate drink, blah, 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 blah. I love a Yoo-hoo. The only Yoo-hoo I will not drink that I think is gross for some reason is a Yoo-hoo out of a can. Sometimes they make like the soda cans full of Yoo-hoo. Mm-hmm. Gross.
Okay, so I'm gonna like choose my words carefully here. This isn't like a Last Jedi level of schism in the show. I fucking despise Yoo-hoo. However, you have to also understand, I didn't have Yoo-hoo when I was really young. My parents just never bought it. And then the first time I had it, I was expecting chocolate milk. And again, it was chocolate drink. I might be the biggest anti-Yoo-hoo person in the world. So you're the biggest fan, the biggest anti-Yoo-hoo guy.
However, I like Nesquik too. Nesquik is like, if I see at this point in my life, if I see a Nesquik next to a Yoo-hoo in a bagel shop, I'm grabbing a Nesquik. But every now and then I'll go back to the Yoo-hoo.
And hey, especially if you grew up with Yoo-hoo, I could definitely understand the nostalgia pangs it gives you, all that kind of stuff. I am still mad at those fucking dog walk guys that they didn't draft any chocolate milk other than, well, Carl drafted a regional one and then Yoo-hoo got drafted. And I'm like, Nesquik, the only reason I would drink Nesquik every day in my life. But then when you look at the nutritional label and it has 1 billion calories and 1 billion grams of sugar. And it's like, this is probably the worst thing you could put into your body. That's why it's the most delicious thing. Because it's so fucking tasty. It's so fucking bad for you. So, okay. Well, I'll leave
I like the different flavors too, like a Nesquik strawberry and stuff. Every now and then I'll have one of those.
Yep. All right. Next up, Mrs. Butterworth. Were you a Butterworth kid? Were you an Aunt Jemima kid? Or were
Aunt
you
Jemima?
Old Cabin? Aunt Jemima, as we still to this day are Aunt Jemima.
It's different now, right? What's the name?
It's like called like Pearl River Mining Company or something. And I remember they did it because obviously they wanted to get Aunt Jemima off of the bottles. And I remember someone was like, that sounds even more racist somehow than Aunt Jemima on the bottles. But yeah, we were in Aunt Jemima house growing up. And the kids now, we ran out of syrup once and there was no Aunt Jemima or whatever the hell it was called. And we switched to something else. Sienna took the pancake didn't even fully touch her lips. She's like, this isn't our syrup. I don't like it. And I was like, fuck, you just Pepsi challenged my ass. So that was absolutely incredible. And the one last thing I'll get on the food as we get into the food. Fucking, what was the older brother's name?
Steve? No, the brother, Jonathan?
Jonathan. Risotto is so fucking good. It's one of those things I really didn't have a lot as a kid. And I was probably like a little nerd who would be like, I don't want risotto. I want blah, blah, blah. My palate has grown as I've become more cultured. I fucking love risotto. I couldn't even imagine eating risotto as a high teenager. That the flavors that must be popping in your mouth is like fucking. It's like seeing HGTV for the first time.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's fucking incredible. So just shout out risotto and fucking Murray for bringing a little bit of culture to this house.
Yeah, around the same time as all of those flashback scenes, we had a line that cigarettes, peanut butter, and Playboy were the 3 best things America had to offer. What a quote. That could be a t-shirt.
I was going to say, do we make a t-shirt of that? Because I kind of want to make a t-shirt
Playboy,
of that.
though? Are they going to sue us if we put Playboy?
I think if you put Playboys, because he says Playboys, if there's the S at the end, and we just put it as like an American flag, like that's the most American thing. And I was
6 peanut butter and Playboy, yeah.
I fucking started singing the Star Spangled Banner when I heard that. I had tears coming down out of my eyes. It was like the gif of the eagle crying. Like that's what I was like. I was just so fucking proud that that's what they associate with.
Gruesome shackle scene with our guy Hopper. I think this is the first mention of our guy Hopper on these recaps. He is over in Russia. He jumped through the little vagina in the wall last season. We saw that from his perspective, kind of. We saw him running through, getting away. And when he has to have that guy hit his shackle off, and then he scoots it off his like broken ass ankle. Oh my God. It was like Castaway watching him, Tom Hanks, hit his own tooth out with a fucking ice skate.
Great comparison, Bob Fox.
Just like you want to turn away, you're like, fuck.
And a little more confession time for your pal Clem here. Fast forwarded past that scene. I knew it was coming. I couldn't watch it. I would have fast forwarded past the skate scene in Castaway if I had known it was coming. I still fast forward past the Mufasa scene when Simba's asking him to wake up, Dad, because it just fucks with me every single time.
Wow.
I'm not going to watch stuff I don't want to watch. I will not watch Freddy. I will not watch Jason, even though I'm watching Stranger Things, which might be more fucked up than any of that stuff. I just choose not to watch it. So I'm fine with it. That leg breaking scene was gnarly.
Dr. Owens makes his return to the show. Dr. Owens is the man. That was my note. I just wrote Dr. Owens is the man. The way he covers up for 11. Yeah. The way he covers up for her, the way he's like, oh shit, they take all his files away. He's got to get to her first. And then the speech he gives to her at the diner where he's like, I believe you are the savior of humanity. I believe in you, blah, blah, blah. It had me pumped up. I was like, go back to Hawkins. Oh shit, that was awesome. And I like that, 11's power's taken away. We've seen that 1,000 times in the superhero universe. We saw it in Spider-Man 2 with Toby. We saw it in Thor Ragnarok, gets the hammer taken away. Captain America gets a shield taken away. Iron Man gets a suit taken away. Like, it happens to everyone. It's got to happen to 11 as a superhero.
It's like, it's definitely a trope at this point.
Fuck, that might be in episode 4.
Son of a bitch. All right, you made
Fuck. Damn.
So Paul Reiser, I love they have him in this series because he is the face of the 80s to me. Like I couldn't tell you all the shows Paul Reiser was on. But when I see him, I just feel like I'm back in the 80s growing up. And the fact this is set in the 80s, he's the absolute perfect guy for the show. I absolutely love that he's in there. The line that I'm going to forget her name too. What's the name of the girl that's always with Steve? Not Nancy. Who's the other girl? Robin. When she goes, I don't have a license because I'm poor. LOL, funny moment there. So fucking real.
She's very funny in this season, I think. I think like that her dynamic with Nancy too, where she's like very annoying to Nancy, is very funny.
Yeah, and again, where her and Steve and Nancy would definitely be jealous, even though she is a boyfriend with Jonathan, who's far away. And then the whole, like, you don't know I'm a lesbian dynamic. It is something, especially for those times where people weren't having those conversations, it makes it feel like a little more authentic to me. And like you said, kind of with Winona getting split up from her kids, we get Steve. He's like, I don't want to be the babysitter. I'm the babysitter again. And he gets split up with the kids. The girls go together. And I've never noticed this, but my wife always pointed out, and like Always Sunny, she's like, who's your favorite team? Because they always end up splitting off. And it's like you have Dennis and, Mac together. You have, Frank with Charlie, which Frank and Charlie is a dynamite combination. Whoever D ends up with, I just love that we always do get split up. It is, and they're kind of winking at the audience. It's like, yeah, we know Steve's the babysitter. This is kind of a tropey thing, but that's how it always ends up in these 80s kind of movies.
And that dynamic is like not tired yet. Like I love the dynamic between him and Dustin still, where it's like every time he gets stuck with him, I'm like, yes.
Yeah, exactly. As long as him and Dustin are together, that's all that matters because they just are perfect together. And you tweeted the GIF out of announcing that we were going to do this, where they're doing the Star Wars stuff. And that's just kind of the fucking, I hope that's the kind of vibes they get from the basement. Just a couple guys having fun, being silly. One guy way older than the other guy. But hey, just two people bonding over, just love of life. Watching Nancy and Robin do the microfiche or whatever the fuck that was with the newspaper. Again, I like had to do that like once for a class. And it was the most tedious, annoying fucking thing in the world. I imagine Bob Fox never had to deal with that, right? No. You never had to deal with microfiche or whatever the fuck it is. And I'm at the point where I'd be mad about it, but since I only deal with it once, I'm not too. I'm sure like people in their 40s I'm in my 40s. Oh, hold on.
The realization locked in the podcast. God. Wow. You just talked about people in their 40s like that. Those are old people, but you're one of them. That's what you guys just witnessed on the podcast. Clem just realized that.
Oh my God.
People in their 40s. That's you, buddy.
Oh my God. That's like, I feel like there's like an actual like sword of fire in my soul right now. That I stand myself.
It's like you got Vecna. Like it was like, hey,
Clem! He's like coming for me. Oh, I'll never forget like the first time where it's like, what are your age ranges for like a survey? Like, 1 to 17, 18 to 24 and whatever. And when you hit like the 35 to whatever, that hurts. This one. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. These are supposed to be quick hitters, but like, it's going to take me a little while to recover from, or I'm going to paint through it. People in their 60s, they probably saw the microfiche or whatever the fuck this newspaper stuff. And it was like, man, like F these kids. Like Sienna doesn't even have to go on their computer. She'll be like, Alexa, what is, what day was, the sinking of the Titanic? She could just get that. People would go and have to like look up on the newspapers to see when it was. It's just fucking crazy to me. But I'm going to be happy that the internet is a tool that we can use and you don't have to go through all that to be old. You don't want to be old like me. God damn it. This hurts so much. Also, Chrissy and Fred seeing Miss Kelly and they like Max is connecting the dots. I said Max is now on my sus possessed list, but we kind of see like I didn't know, and we kind of see that she has the nosebleeds, she has the headaches. It's a little sussy going on with our girl Max right now.
See that guidance counselor to the sus list?
Yes, guidance. Oh, yeah. The way I know it's Hippocratic oath or whatever the guidance counselor shit is. Guidance counselor.
All the kids visiting her. I immediately was like, why are they all visiting her? There's a common link between all of them. And then my final thing, when we see Max get called by Vecna, I just wrote, oh no, hope Max doesn't die. I like Max.
I like Max too. And Lucas is not on the sus list, but I was really just praying to God.
I was disappointed in him.
Really?
When he's watching his friends get beat up. Not his friends, but the kids in the band, and he's just standing there. I like that eventually he comes back to like he hits up Dustin and he's like, you guys watch out. But like, come on. Don't watch them get beat up.
those guys are good dudes too, just like Eddie. So yeah, no, it hurt me as well. And they hit him with like there was a lot of sass on both sides of it. It's like, you call that music? Oh, I didn't know you were here for the concert. The concert's in like a couple of days. I like that back and forth. And you mentioned being at the diner. I got to know, what's Bob Fox's go-to order at the diner, either if you're going for dinner or if you're going 3 a.m. after a show or something like that?
So I have like 2 orders at a diner. One if I'm going crazy, one if I'm just getting like a normal lunch dinner. I just got a lunch from a diner yesterday. The normal one would be a chicken Caesar salad wrap with an order of fries. That's a boring one, but it's like something that I like every time. The other one is a Belgian waffle, powdered sugar loaded all over it, sausage on the side, syrup on the top. Oh my God, I love a Belgian waffle.
Just an ode to diners. I think Large and I did like a Podfathers where we just talked about diners for 25 minutes straight. They're just so fucking good. And Bob, I didn't realize this. My go-to breakfast at a diner for years, especially if I went to Perkins, shout out Tiger Woods, foreplay best friend, was going Belgian waffle, whipped cream with strawberries. Absolutely love it. Little bacon on the side there. My go-to dinner, I always love a good burger and fries at a diner. I think the fries are always cooked like to perfection. And the burger
deluxe with fries, something like that.
Throw the D word in there, the deluxe, even though I always throw away the pickle and the coleslaw anyway.
Same.
I don't touch it, right?
Yeah.
And then I've learned when I go to the diner at night, a nice English muffin always hits the spot.
Oh, yeah. I love an English muffin. Love an English muffin. A little
and they always
butter
have
on the top.
Yeah, tons of butter on it. Not like comical amount, but just enough. It's always like the perfect amount of butter. I just love, like, that's always, I feel like a cultured man orders in it. And you know what? You're like, everyone has a little bit of mystery. Like, ooh, he ordered an English muffin there.
Good order. Yeah.
And who's going to say, like, oh, I don't know about that one. So, again, English muffin. And I always think a diner that has a good sampler platter, where they're not throwing like zucchini sticks as one of the options. It's like, if you're going to have a sampler platter on the menu, don't make it be one of the things to get rid of like some of the extra shit in the freezer. You have to get rid of. Give me mozz sticks, which, by the way, mozz sticks at diners always fucking hit.
I don't like mozzarella sticks. Too much cheese. If there was no cheese in them, I'd like them.
Well, then, Bob, we'd just be eating fried fucking nothings right there. We'd be eating like the casings. Yeah,
the fried casings. Those are good.
Should we maybe maybe that could be a Barstool thing where it's just
hollow
fried
mozz sticks.
Hollow mozz sticks. All the cheese. Too much cheese in mozzarella sticks. Well, that is the first fucking word. It's just the sticks.
I don't like lumpy cheese.
Oh, listen, if you can get over me not liking Yoo-hoo, I'll get over you not liking mozzarella sticks. I do think history is going to prove you as more of the outlier than me, though. I think there is a good chunk of people that don't like Yoo-hoo. You're the first person I've met who doesn't like mozzarella sticks. Are we dealing with like dairy issues here, Bob? Is the Bob Fox stomach not
sometimes it's just a texture thing? Like if I take a bite of a big piece of pizza and like all the cheese comes off, goes into my mouth, I'm like, ugh. Like I don't like big globs of cheese.
This is a man that hasn't had a good mozzarella stick, but that's fine. We'll get past
calzones. Calzones, I think, are gross because of that.
Calzones, for the amount that calzone,
too much cheese.
Yeah. Calzone is missing an ingredient to this day to make it a great fucking item. And I don't think it's just add meat, but there needs to be something. I know you could dip it in sauce. I feel like we can improve the calzone. I'm with you, Bob. That'll be part of our plan.
Our restaurant.
Yeah, but it's going to have the hollow sticks dipped in fucking
the basement. That'd be a good restaurant name. The basement.
Would be.
I'm going to the basement tonight.
I like it.
Come on. All right. The video. Make sure you comment your favorite moment so you can make sure we open the basement restaurant one day. And you guys, anyone who likes this video, automatic free meal at the basement.
There we go.
There you go. We will be back with an episode 4 recap very soon. Make sure you subscribe to find out when.